teams have not been where we needed them to be. John Michael is a proven special teams performer. And we had talked to Colorado on a few different occasions over the years about John Michael and over the last couple of years, and the timing hadn't been right, but plugs in 40 NHL assists, he's smart, he's a good puck mover, he's at the right age. I think it's also significant he's only been a part of one organization. And I think when that's the case, very often recharged, very similar situation when I was traded at age 31, a real recharge for my career at that point.
Now you also added two centermen, was it Tim Connolly and Matt Lombardi?
Yeah, if you break those deals down, Tim Connolly was a free agent signing, and you know, we had a top six need, a skilled player that can fit in our top six group and can really move the puck. He's a power play guy as well, plays the half wall very well, highly skilled, and so he was part of the free agent signing, and then in a trade, we picked up Matt Lombardi, a centerman, and Cody Franzen, the big defenseman from Nashville. So I think we've made ourselves much deeper at defense. Cody's got a big shot. He's a power play guy, and as you can see, the special teams emphasis. Matt has had injury problems. He was concussed last year, second game of the year, missed the entire season. But medical reports are good right now, and we're very hopeful for the start of the year.
And I guess you're talking about defensively too. I don't think you had a defenseman that was on the plus side of the blue line. Was that correct?
Well, you would know better than I. Maybe he's a stat guy. You know, I think we break our seasons down into two significant pieces. You know, after the All-Star game last year, we finished. I believe we finished on a great roll in seventh in the East from that point forward. And so we were a playoff caliber team for the second half of the year, playing against a lot of the best teams in the East. So we'd like to take it from that point forward. That's when James Reimer really started to kick in. His first game was on January 1st, and he was very strong in that second half of the year. And as we know, we need goaltending in order to be effective. But I think the year really broke down into two significant parts.
And you mentioned James Reimer. He really came on the second half of the season. Obviously, he's going to be a key for you this season.
He will, and the team played very well in front of him. His numbers were great. I mean, he'll be pushed by Jonas Gustafsson, who was, you know, on and off last year with injuries, with his health issues. He had some heart issues actually, and you know, in that case, he's got to push James as well. And that position is so critical. We hadn't had a lot of stability there. J.S. Jaguar did a good job with us, albeit through his injuries. But we're excited about James and excited what Jonas can do for us as well.
How about the third goaltender, Ben Scrivens? Did you get a chance to take a look at him?
I saw him a lot last year. I saw him a great deal. He played the majority of games down the stretch for the Marlies, for the American Hockey League team, and played very well. So we're very optimistic about his future. UC Rinnes is a big free agent signing from Finland last year. He had his share of injury problems last year. So we've got four young goalies I think will compete very hard. Marco Woyu we signed as a free agent from Sweden this year. So I think we've got some nice depth at that position. It's all young, and the best thing is they've got to prove it now.
Now you guys haven't been in the playoffs the last couple of years, I guess. Is this the year?
We're certainly hopeful. You know, the management team has now been together for 2 full years. Brian Burke and Dave Nonis got there and just before Christmas the year before that. So 2.5 years for Brian and David, and then our group has all been formed together for the better part of the last 2 years. And certainly changes were necessary. It's tough to just make changes in the cap system. It's not as simple as it sounds to make changes, but we've made a number of them. We're in a good position moving forward from a financial standpoint, and probably most importantly, we've increased the depth and the pipeline of what is to come. And we've got some nice young kids that'll start in the minors, a good group coming from juniors. So it's a lengthy process, as my peer here, Donnie Sweeney, who I played with in Boston, knows. It's a very lengthy process, but we want the same reward that he was able to achieve this year.